Our theme this month is appreciation. And my topic today is appreciation creates possibility. Appreciation creates possibility. Last week I was sharing that there's these little nuances between gratitude and thanksgiving and appreciation, and I've been thinking about that in my own life, just like what is that and what does it mean? And in the spirit definitions, this isn't published, these aren't published yet, but these downloads, and these definitions are about spiritual qualities, and they always have the same formula, where they describe the spiritual qualities as a place in consciousness, that the qualities are not objects to chase after, like faith or peace or power or love. It's not something out there, but it's an activity that's always going on that we're a part of. And these definitions explain what it is we bring to the table that meets something that's already there, and what is that activity that we have to do to bridge that, to experience that spiritual quality in its fullness. And I love this definition of gratitude. It says, gratitude is where your appreciation relishes in the thoroughness of the journey. Gratitude is where your appreciation relishes in the thoroughness of the journey. I'm going to say that one more time. Gratitude is when your appreciation relishes in the thoroughness of the journey. The thoroughness of the journey. We get out of gratitude when we don't appreciate all of the journey. When we don't appreciate all of the journey, we get out of gratitude. True? True. And gratitude is not something that happens after the fact. We make gratitude a response when gratitude, like all the spiritual qualities, even yes, needs to be on the front. Forgiveness needs to be on the front, not the back. Gratitude needs to be on the front, not the back. It isn't, well, when something happens that makes me happy enough to appreciate it, then I'll have some gratitude. If you walk around with an appreciation for the thoroughness of the journey, if you walk around with the attitude that no matter what it is that goes on, that life is good. If you walk around with that attitude that regardless of whatever circumstance is happening, this too shall pass. I'm not going to let the things that are going on define me or my possibility. You got to start with the gratitude. You start with that, and then that impacts your day. It isn't give me something that I can like and then I'll be grateful. It's if I walk around in a state of gratitude, I'll like more things. If I walk around in a state of gratitude, I'm going to find more things likable. See, appreciation creates that possibility. You hear me say from time to time, it's the most amazing thing how the spiritual principles that we know, nobody refutes them in the negative. Nobody refutes the spiritual principles when we're using it on the low vibratory pattern. If I say appreciation creates possibility, it's like, well, kind of maybe, some people will think. But if I say condemnation inhibits possibilities, well, that's a no-brainer. Duh. Why do you even have to say that? Of course, judgment and hatred, bitterness, resentment, lack of forgiveness, of course that's going to limit possibilities. Anybody doubt that? So if we believe it so much, when it's in the negative, why can't we believe its converse? Why can't we believe that just like judgment and condemnation is going to inhibit possibility, that the reverse would also be true? That appreciation, that affirmation, that oneness would increase the possibility. We know it on the one end. Why not believe it on the other? As a spiritual teacher, I really believe in education. I come from a long line of educators. Since I was 2, every year of my life, I have either been in classes or teaching. Or both. Every year of my life. The word educate comes from the Latin root educare, which means to bring out. We think of educate as put in. To educate is not to put in. To educate is to bring out. See? The wisdom is already there. The knowledge is already there. We've heard this beautiful choir. You can't really teach someone to sing. You have to bring the music out of them. You can't really teach somebody to love. You got to bring the love out of them. Are you with me? Whether we're talking about at the most individual level or whether we're talking about at the most macro level. We can't superimpose civility. We can't superimpose kindness or oneness or collaboration. It's got to come from the inside out. So my technique as a spiritual teacher is I always try to go to some place that's irrefutable. Instead of trying to teach all these extra things on here where you kind of go, well, I don't know, like I'm not that sure. I try to find that common ground. Where is that place where we all can stand and we all can believe in? It's just a shame that the place that we most can commonly stand is in the pain. It's just a shame that the place where we most commonly can stand in how the spiritual principles operate is when it's going sideways and when it's going against us. But if that's where we got to start, that's where we got to start. I will start anywhere to give people a place to stand. See? Well, if it works like this, then why can't it work like that? Just as pure logic. If condemnation and judgment is going to get in the way of possibilities, then just logically, the reverse of that would give you the reverse. So if you've never experienced appreciation, creating possibility, just go back in your mind to all of the times in your life and where you have seen that the lack of appreciation has gotten in the way. That the lack of appreciation has gotten in the way of your creativity. The lack of appreciation has gotten in the way of your relationships. The lack of appreciation has gotten in the way of your healing. The lack of appreciation has gotten in the way of your stepping forward into your greater yet to be. But when we dare to give the appreciation, when we dare to get beyond our judgments, see, it's not what happens. It's our judgment that makes it so. The facts are just data. They have no meaning until we say what it means. So-and-so didn't call. That job didn't come through. It's just a piece of data. It gives us no information until we infuse it with meaning. And we're busy infusing it with all kind of meaning that puts us into ingratitude, lack of gratitude. We're feeding meaning into it that throws us off. But if you appreciate the thoroughness of the journey, that even when you're in the situations that you can't stand, even when you are in the circumstances and the conditions that you do not like, you will see that there's some benefit in it. You will see that there's something coming out of it that you wouldn't have seen or noticed otherwise. Your loved one passes away. And there's a lot of pain that can be in that moment, that sense of grief and the loss. And yet, that person passing away quite often creates these doors of healing, of connection, of support, of going deeper that you might not have gone through before. Do you say, well, I'm grateful my partner died? No, it isn't that you're grateful that your partner died, but I appreciate the things that I see now. I appreciate the way that this has softened my heart. I appreciate the way that it's helped me to be more present with what is, because I know there's impermanence in the stuff that has form. When we get into appreciation, there's more possibilities. If I'm in a relationship with you, any kind of relationship, it could be sibling, it could be parental, it could be romantic, it could be professional, political. When I stop appreciating you, that relationship goes nowhere. And if it goes anywhere, it's south. When I stop appreciating you, there are no more possibilities to get from here to there. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying you've got to like the circumstance. And I'm sure all of you have been there. Whatever it is, the rebellious teenager, the demanding aging parent, the job that's just sucking your life, it feels like. Like, whatever that is, if I can turn the dial from you are making me crazy I am so sick of this. Listen to these affirmations. Listen to that. You are making me crazy. I am so sick of this. I can't stomach anymore. When can I get the hell out of this? Listen to that. Okay? You think you're talking about them. You think you're talking about them. But what you're talking about is your own sense of lack of possibility. What you're talking about is your own sense of being trapped. And it's this funny thing about being trapped that makes us feel like we're standing still and nothing's going on. But nothing stands still. Everything in the universe is circulating. Everything is in motion. Absolutely nothing is standing still. It seems like we're standing still, but that's only because we're moving so fast we can't even feel it. Really. Like the earth is spinning so fast we can't even feel it. But it isn't that it's not moving or that we're not moving. So what you perceive as stuck, what you perceive as a rut, is not a lack of motion. It is repetitive motion. Stuck and rut doesn't mean you're not moving. It doesn't mean you're not doing anything. It means you're doing the same thing. Over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. See, nothing can just land somewhere and stay. The only way you can remember something is through repetition. Even something that you really know, if you stop repeating it, you won't remember it. You take your cell phone, for example. There are people's telephone numbers I've known for years. I can't remember their numbers now. My cousin's telephone number at the family house, they must have had that number almost 60 years. Like at my house, I can't remember the number. Why? Because I've stopped reinforcing it. This is good news and this is bad news. It's good news in the sense that if you quit telling yourself the same old negative story over and over again, you'll forget it. If you quit reminding yourself of all the trespasses that have happened to you and that somebody else did to you, you'll start to forget it. Is it lost? No. It's just not trending in your mind anymore. And it's archived way back there somewhere. But it's not lost. It's just not front and center. Okay? Because we have this idea like, I'm going to lose it. I got to keep repeating this, because I got, like, no. You don't have to keep repeating the negative stuff so that you won't forget it. And has remembering it ever stopped it from occurring again? No. If you want possibilities in your life, we have to move away from all the judgment. We've got to move away from all the condemnation. Even your body temple. If things aren't working the way you want them to work, this old bum knee, my bad back, you think you're talking about body parts. But once again, you're talking about you. And newsflash, the cells of your body are eavesdropping on every single thing you say. So the more you say, whatever it is, I'm tired, I'm sick, I'm this, I'm that. It's like, okay. It's like putting it in order. That says that's what I am. So can you imagine with that back or that knee, if you stood in the end, in this moment, I'm experiencing some pain, and I am so appreciative of this knee. Boy, I love this knee. This is a good knee. This knee been good to me. And I know this knee has so much more potential and possibility that I'm going to affirm in it. This works for everything. This even works for mechanical stuff. It does. When you love your car, really, you love something and you start giving it a little bit more appreciation or something, you get a little more juice out of it. Something starts happening at greater and greater levels of possibility. So even if you are working these principles in the positive direction, add some appreciation. For example, repeat after me. I have a new home. 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 Repeat after me. I am so grateful for my new home. 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 Do you feel the difference? You feel the difference? What's the difference? Elevated emotion. Which is elevated? The gratitude. Can you feel how that gratitude expands you? When you're just in the I have this and I am that and it's the ego self. And there's a lot of efforting that goes into that. There's no spaciousness in it. But the moment you get into gratitude and the moment you get into appreciation, don't you feel the spaciousness? When you start saying, I'm so grateful for it, consciously or unconsciously, you start tapping into the fact that whatever it is that's taking place here about my new home, it's bigger than I am. There's stuff that's going on that I'm not even controlling. And it's in the front. It's not after you get it. It's in the front. Try this at home. Try this at home. Whatever it is that you want to expand in, whatever it is you're feeling stuck in, relationships, career opportunities, political stuff. People ask me all the time about the news and the stuff that's going on. And I say, yeah, this is some hard times. It really is. But I appreciate it. I appreciate the pregnancy of this moment. You know, I mentioned a little while ago about this phrase, feel, deal, and heal, that comes from the Sacred Yes materials, you know, my series, that NDRE did on the stage and that Oprah did with the Yana Van Zant. Feel, deal, and heal. We can't heal what we don't feel. We can't heal what we don't feel. So even though I may not like the feelings, I have appreciation for the fact that it is creating a possibility. That this capacity to feel it now, the willingness to feel it, is going to create a possibility. And that possibility that creates is the opportunity to heal. So that even when you're going through the grief, even when you're going through the hurt, you can appreciate the possibility that it's going to give you to get on the other side. One of my mantras is, what needs to be healed is revealed. My whole consulting practice always used that. As I'm poking around and interviewing people everywhere, corporations and whatnot, just what needs to be healed is revealed. Now, what I got to remember, though, is to be appreciative when it gets revealed. That part, I got to remember. Especially here at Inner Light. Because I'll be, what? Are you kidding me? What? And then I have to remember, no. Spirit is showing you what needs your attention. Be grateful for that. Because now you can do the intervention. Now you can do what's necessary. What needs to be healed is revealed, not for our judgment or condemnation, but so that we can let the light of truth in to do something about it. Gratitude, when your appreciation relishes. Ooh, that word relish. It's like it's slime all over it. just wallowing in it. When you relish it. You're not whining about it. You're not complaining about it. You're just sloughing all over you. When your appreciation just relishes in the thoroughness of the journey, there will be more possibilities. Amen. Let us pray. Amen. 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 Woo! Hey. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. It's on. We breathe this in. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for everything. I can hear Maya Angelou in my head now. Wouldn't take nothing for my journey now. So in this moment right now, we have the audacity to be grateful. We have the sheer boldness to appreciate. And what I appreciate most right now is appreciation. I appreciate appreciation. I feel its freedom. I feel its liberation. Create in us a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within us. In this moment right now, we speak the word. We speak power unto truth. That truth crushed to earth will rise and rise again. And we say, thank you. Thank you because it's all here. Everything that we need is here. Everything that we need to heal our bodies is here. Coming straight out of the punch of Mother Earth herself. Everything we need to love is here. It's already in our hearts. We just unleash it. All the beauty. It's all here. The music, it's here. We just give our consent. We say yes. We say yes. We're saying yes to the oneness and appreciating the extraordinary diversity. Life everywhere. We give thanks. For we know there's only one power, there's only one presence. On the highest Himalaya, down in the deepest of our despair, God is there, the same God. We can find enlightenment at the top of the mountain, but we can find it in the bottom of our drunken stupidness. everywhere we turn. So in this moment right now, we have the courage to appreciate the love that is there, to appreciate the health that is there, to appreciate the democracy that is there, to appreciate the enoughness and the sufficiency that's already there. In this moment right now, I personally pray forgiveness for all those times where I have failed to see. Where someone or something hasn't been safe in my mouth. When I refused to go that extra mile. When I held that grudge. When I wouldn't give myself a new start, let alone somebody else. And in that forgiveness, just let it wash away. Not hold on to it anymore, not keep paying the price in psychic coin. So I claim in this moment right now our freedom. Our freedom to step into our greater yet to be. I give thanks for the doors of opportunity that are opening before we knocked. Doors of opportunity opening that we didn't even know were there to knock on. I give thanks for all of the abundance, for the financial sustenance in our individual lives, in our collective existence, in this spiritual community. We are grateful for our new home. We're grateful for this one that we've had for the past 16 years. And we're grateful for the next one. And we're grateful for the homes that get created on this site. For all the seniors who'll have a place to live. We say thank you. Thank you. Thank you for all the wherewithal. All needs met. All needs met. I know that each and every one of us has something tugging at our hearts. And we just say yes. We just say yes. We say yes. We're all being called up and called out. And we say yes. It is good. It's done. We get out of the way. We allow it to be. And so it is. So it is. And so it is. And so it is. Amen.